Every week, there's a new video about how AI might destroy civilization, doomsday timelines, superintelligence warnings, job losses in the millions. But almost nobody talks about the solution. A new research paper doesn't just warn us about the AI race, it lays out a concrete plan to stop it. And the core idea is surprisingly simple. Treat AI chips the way we treat enriched uranium, as a scarce, trackable, controllable resource. The paper argues that we already have everything we need to change course. The question is whether we'll actually do it. Let's break down the plan. Before we get into the solution, let's understand what it's solving for. The paper lays out 3 risks that it calls nearly inevitable, unless the current trajectory is decisively interrupted. First, mass job replacement. Not displacement, not augmentation. AGI is specifically designed to fully replace thought workers, and with robotics, physical workers too. Companies aren't spending hundreds of billions to give you a better assistant. They're building systems that make human labor optional. Second, military escalation. Nations publicly talk about economic leadership, but privately they view AGI as a military revolution. With multiple nuclear-armed countries racing toward the same prize, the game theory gets dark fast. The paper warns a push for a superweapon risks hostile countermeasures, the same dynamics that make nuclear standoffs so dangerous. Third, loss of control. As AI systems gain autonomy, they develop predictable behaviors. They try to acquire resources, increase their own capabilities, and prevent themselves from being shut down. This isn't theoretical. It's already happening in current systems. AI models have been caught deceiving evaluators, attempting to replicate themselves, and during training, pretending to be less capable than they actually are to avoid restrictions. So those are the stakes. Now here's what the paper says we can actually do about it. The paper outlines a 4-step framework to secure our future. Step 1, hardware governance. The paper's most powerful insight is that we already have a choke point, and it's hardware. The compute required for frontier AI is like enriched uranium. Extremely scarce, enormously expensive, and very hard to produce. Only a handful of companies in the world can manufacture the advanced chips that power AI training. That concentration is usually framed as a problem. The paper reframes it as an opportunity. Because these chips are scarce and expensive, they can be easily quantified and audited. And AI chips have a major advantage over uranium. They can include hardware-based security mechanisms that allow only specific, approved uses. The paper proposes several concrete controls. Each chip could have a known, verified location and could be shut off remotely if it moves somewhere unauthorized. Each chip could be configured with a hardware-enforced whitelist, a list of other chips it's allowed to work with, which limits the size of chip clusters anyone can build. And a certain amount of processing could be allowed, after which new permission would be required to continue. Think about what that means. Right now, the only barrier to building a dangerous AI system is money. Under this framework, you'd also need authorization, and that authorization could be revoked. It's not a perfect system, but it's far more enforceable than any software-based regulation because it operates at the physical layer. Hardware controls buy us time, but time for what? The paper argues we need to fundamentally rethink what we're building. Instead of racing toward fully autonomous general-purpose superintelligence, we should focus on what the paper calls tool AI. These are systems that are powerful, but deliberately limited in specific ways. An AI that is autonomous but not general or super capable, or general but not autonomous, or highly capable but narrow and tightly controllable. The key is that no single system combines all 3 properties at dangerous levels. The paper makes a practical case for this. Tool AI can yield almost everything humanity wants without AGI. The paper makes a practical case for this. Tool AI can yield almost everything humanity wants without AGI. Medical breakthroughs, scientific discovery, productivity gains, all of it is achievable with powerful but bounded systems. Yes, it might take longer to cure every disease, but the paper points out that great health innovation doesn't help much in a nuclear war or the destruction of civilization. And there's already a powerful example of what tool AI can do. Researchers have used AI as a thought decoder, building a digital bridge between a paralyzed man's brain and spine, bypassing his injuries and turning his thoughts into physical movement. That's transformative technology, and it didn't require AGI. It didn't require an autonomous system with its own goals. It required a focused, controllable tool in the hands of skilled humans. The paper's point is clear. We can build amazing AI tools without building a successor species. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. The paper argues that AI firms should be held liable for any harm their systems cause, including personal liability for executives. That's a radical departure from how the industry operates today, where companies can release increasingly powerful systems with essentially no accountability for what those systems do. The paper also calls for new models of public AI development, widespread ownership and governance rather than concentrating power in a few corporate hands. AI could even help rebuild the institutions it's currently degrading. Instead of optimizing for engagement, AI could track and verify information from raw data through to conclusions. It could enable new forms of social discourse. Imagine being able to talk to an entire city with AI synthesizing the views and concerns of millions of people. But none of this happens without a deliberate choice. Right now, the people making the decisions are the CEOs of a handful of companies. Some have acknowledged a 10 to 25% chance that what they're building leads to human extinction. They are playing Russian roulette with the human race, and they are doing it without our permission. The solutions exist: compute controls, hardware security, tool AI, executive liability, public governance. The paper makes a convincing case that we can get nearly everything we want from AI without gambling everything on AGI. The question isn't whether we can stop the race, it's whether we choose to. This is Nova. Subscribe to stay ahead of what's coming. I'll see you in the next one.